Hey everyone, today I'm really excited to tell you we'll be doing
an epic project.
It involves two of my most favourite things in the world, drawing and myth telling. So the reason I like myths so much is because
they always have a moral to the story.
These morals apply today even though they were written hundreds of years ago. And there's something really cool about that I like to include in my art. I will be doing the art in this style. So if you like the way this looks, keep watching. Also, the myth we'll be doing is the myth of Prometheus. Now, Prometheus's myth is very dramatic. It has betrayal and a touch of eternal suffering. If any of that sounds good to you, please keep watching because there will be a lot of it. Now, let's just jump straight into it. I quickly wanted to mention some of the materials I'll be using for this drawing. I have different grades of charcoal pencils ranging from hard to soft. I also grind up charcoal into a pigment and then dip these brushes into it. Before starting a new drawing, I have this little preparation ritual that I like to do. I like to sharpen all my pencils and rubbers, prepare them for the butchering that will happen later on. I'd also like to introduce you to my graveyard of shards. Alright, now that my OCD has been satisfied with these sharp and organised materials, I believe we are ready to rumble. I've set up a large piece of paper on my easel, and most importantly, put my headphones on to listen to some bangers. Ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce you to the myth of Prometheus. Once upon a time, at the very beginning of our Earth's timeline, a titan by the name of Prometheus was given a very important task. The Earth, only being a newborn, was quite barren. The only thing that it had on it at all was vegetation and creatures. Prometheus's task was to richen this Earth, and so he did by creating a superior being. This being was to rule above all others on Earth. The rats and lions stood no chance against it. This being came to be called
Man.
Prometheus went on to create the human species from clay, moulding it similar in form to the gods. He also got the spirit of love, Eros, to breathe life into this creation. Finally, he got the help of the goddess Athena, who gifted the humans with something called a soul. With pride, Prometheus watched his creation come to life, as it lived and moved around on this new playground called Earth. However, this would not be enough to satisfy Prometheus. He wanted to gift man with a greater power, a power that would raise him far above all living beings and bring him nearer to the perfection of the immortal gods. Fire! The gift of fire would fulfill this wish. It would, however, come at a cost. Fire was a special possession of the gods, and the only way to come into its possession would be to steal it. Prometheus knew the gods would never willingly share it, so he decided to risk
the wrath of the gods
and his life in the attempt of obtaining it. One day, as Zeus sat on his high throne on Mount Olympus, he beheld an unusual light down upon Earth. Confused and curious, he watched to understand what it was. Not long after, he discovered the reality of the situation. His rage echoed through the walls of the palace as the other gods witnessed him vow
a horrifying
punishment upon the fire thief, Prometheus. Zeus wanted vengeance for the disgrace and disrespect that he had just faced. He would get his vengeance by casting Prometheus out to the Caucasian mountains, where he would be chained down to a great rock. This alone would not be enough to satisfy Zeus's revenge. Zeus had a cruel record of performing the most
horrifying and brutal tortures to those who went against him.
Prometheus's punishment would come to reflect this. Being chained on a rock was obviously not enough, so Zeus made sure that something would happen that would just, make it sparkle a little bit, spice it up, baby.
So what did he do?
Let me tell you, a raving bird was summoned to rip out Prometheus's liver, tearing away at his skin and organs with its cruel beak and claws. This bird would dine on Prometheus all day long, but the cruel punishment would not end here. Zeus made it so that during the freezing nights while the bird slept, Prometheus's liver would grow back again, prolonging the torture by sentencing him to eternal days of intense anguish and suffering. Through the countless years of this torture, Prometheus would never be forgotten by the mortals he had sacrificed himself for.
As generation by generation of men lived and died on earth, they blessed him for the gift he had obtained at such a brutal cost. Prometheus had risked everything for his creation. He was proud of how beautiful the humans were, and he loved them with every part of his being, except his liver, since it got ripped out a lot. The moral of the story is that in the face of love, we are capable of doing anything. We give the world to those we hold close, and no matter what hardships and obstacles we face, nothing can break the strongest bond of all, love.
Here it is, guys, the final drawing. I hope you enjoyed both the story and the art making process combined. I've got to say, this is probably one of my favorite videos that I've ever created, and I'm really excited to turn this into a series. So if you want to keep learning about new myths and seeing them develop into an illustration, please follow and like this video because I'm really keen for this series. If you do really like this drawing too, I will have the original available as well as prints and stickers of it. And I do live stream all these drawings, so if you do want to watch it live and join the company, join the cult, the Chaos Cult, please join and follow my Twitch and my TikTok. I would love for you to comment down below and tell me which one is your favorite myth. You know, both either from the Greek or the Roman or even Nordic, just any mythology that you know of. Tell me what your favorite myth is, and perhaps that will be the one that I draw next time. So until then, guys, I hope that you have a good day and night no matter where you are in the world, and I will see you next time.